Here we have A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess. And of course, we have a classic here. You've obviously seen the movie. Of course, it's pretty good. And there are a lot of things that this book does that are just, they're interesting, but they are questionable, right? The way these people dress, the way they talk, the way they behave, right? What they do, it is questionable, suspicious. I'm doubtful. Uh, what's happening here? What has led to these kids basically behaving in this way? You know, uh, it isn't really explained why these kids are just going nuts on the streets, right? I mean, it's just they're delinquents basically. They have a gang. They uh, they do a lot of shenanigans of tomfoolery. The droogs, of course, the milk bar, Iggy Wigs, uh, Alex. The uniqueness, the refreshing aroma that Alex brings to the table is pretty rare um, in these types of books. Because this is a sort of, I don't know, I wouldn't call it dystopian, post-apocalyptic, but something to that extent, a sort of a distant cousin of dystopian post-apocalyptic books. That's where the genre of this is. I would have to say, right? And of course, one night the droogs they bite more than they can chew, and our jaboy Alex, uh, he is caught by the police with the help, or should I say, with the treason of his droogs. They just leave him there, right? And of course, he goes through re-education, rehabilitation, and of course, from one what I understood, what I got from the ending is, I was healed all right, which means I think he was healed from the brainwashing, from the attempt, from the Ludovico method to brainwash him. I think he recovered, which means that our dear boy Alex, he is the same as in the beginning of our story. That's what he was healed. That's what it means to me. That's my interpretation of it, right? Of course, he is a person which thrives in chaos. He adores violence. He fits perfectly in this world where pretty much there's no real um, adult supervision. No, there's nobody mature enough in this to advise these kids or to care enough to, maybe act as a sort of mentor or role model, whatever. So these kids are pretty much on their own, and of course they do what pretty much anybody would do in this position, in this situation, which is violence, theft, crimes, and worse. Right? A lot of horrible things happen in this, and of course our dear boy Alex, he gets a taste of his own medicine because the house that he and the people he attacked that got him into prison, they get their hands on him. They get their hands on him, right? And he receives, what he has been handing out to unsuspecting victims. So he gets a taste of his own medicine, and this is a great example of just karma doing its thing. Because listen, I don't know if there is a god or whatever, some sort of creator. But listen, from my experience, what have I gotten from life is that there is a rule here, which is very simple. I have compressed it to a very simple form, which is you get what you receive, in which means uh, if you keep being a terrible person to other people and so on, you are gonna get yours eventually. But and there's a catch, of course. There's a catch 22 in this, which is, for an example, if you slap somebody, that does not imply that one day you're gonna get slapped back and that's it. We're done. From my experience in life, the way karma works is you're gonna get yours, but you're gonna get it a billion times worse, right? And I have evidence to support this theory of mine. And of course, even here, our dear boy Alex, he gets treated like a rag, like the lowest of the low. And in part, let's be honest, he kind of deserves it. He kind of deserves it. I mean, I don't feel sorry for him. I like him as a person, his personality, etc. But he's a piece of shit, basically, and he gets his right. He gets he gets he gets a taste of what it's like to be a victim, basically, and a helpless one, right? But and at the end, the ending is a sort of optimistic. It's a sort of looking forward to something. It is positive. The ending, because of course Alex, he's healed all right, which means he's back to his old self, right? Uh, the brainwashing has lost its effect. He is not suppressed, repressed, or limited by anything anymore. Rules don't matter. Conviction or morality don't matter. Alex is Alex, and Alex does what Alex does best, which is, I don't know, chaos, basically. Chaos. It's chaos. And fulfilling desires or urges, if you want. But that's pretty much it. This is a Clockwork Orange. It is a classic, and I do recommend it. It could have been written better in certain parts. Then again, it's all right the way it is, right? And if you can, I suggest you listen to some beat Ludwig van for effect, right? For effect. And while you're reading it, you will understand why you have to listen to some Beethoven, because it is important in this book, and it creates a special atmosphere, right? You kind of, in a way, you kind of get in the head of Alex. You kind of understand what's going on in there, and it's not all pleasant, right? But that's pretty much it for this one. Anthony Burgess, A Clockwork Orange. I recommend it. Not my favorite. It's not in my top, but it's all right, right? It's good. It's good. It's not trash. It's definitely worth picking up and reading a second, a third time, right? It's a good book. Keep on reading.